Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, I want us to talk about Basic Attention Token and Celsius Token. This is in just the aftermath of Bitcoin's incredible run. Now, naturally, every single video that I do talk about altcoins, I always do want to start off with Bitcoin. Now, naturally, we're currently holding steady about 15,500, 600. This past day, we did have some pretty big wicks, but ended up being at around the same price that we closed on the 5th of November. Now, um, which is a good sign for the moment. At the same time, we did say the same thing around this time here, where it looked like Bitcoin was. I'm referring to the third candle there, the red candle, where I said that it looked like hopefully Ethereum's gonna steady off here and move sideways, but it didn't, and currently moved more to the upside. So um, here's trying it a second time. Let's see if Bitcoin can hold support here. And even if we move down, that'll be quite all right too if we end up moving sideways as well. Um, Main reason why is because we're so above the 20-week moving average. I mean, currently we're 40% above it, um, above the moving average, which is phenomenal. And even if we corrected 10, 20%, yeah, it'd be short-term bearish. Um, However, if we end up moving sideways, we're still well above the moving average for all coins to do well. If we move down to the dominance chart, um, I've been talking about at length of the current descending resistance that Bitcoin dominance seems to be respecting since last year September, and we did wick up because of the move to 15,000, like almost $16,000 Bitcoin. We did wick up here, but ever since then we have been trending down. And I did say that the important part is to look where the candle closes on the week. So it is the end of Friday. We still have all of Saturday and Sunday, albeit probably lower volume than on the weekdays, but volume nonetheless and price action nonetheless. And so we'll be waiting to see where Bitcoin closes here. Now, this recent move to the of dominance down is due to, as you can see on my right hand side, altcoins doing quite well. Everything seems to be rebounding other than Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems to be holding steady. Ethereum for the week is up 2%. In the last 2 days, it's been up a considerable amount. We had an engulfing green candle today, and it seems to be continuing that momentum upwards. Chainlink is the same one. Uniswap is currently one of the best rebounding assets on the market right now, with a wick to wick about 50 60% correct rebound, which is phenomenal. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about basic attention token for now. Now, let me bring it to the week. So we talked briefly how basic attention token, looking on the macro scale, looks to trade within these channels here. This run up here that gave basic attention token its all-time high was not in fact around the 2018 times. It was during the bull run of 2019 when Bitcoin hit $14,000. We saw a similar kind of extreme move up with Binance Coin as well, which is interesting, considering the fact that Ethereum or like Cardano, for example, did not make as big of a run up. So it'll be quite interesting to see Basic Attention Token and Binance and how they fare during this run up, this upcoming cycle, if we are in a run up. Um, and I would argue that we currently are. For Basic Attention Token, we were talking also how this seems to be the last channel for Basic Attention Token at the moment of its price history, and it seems that we are in that channel. We've been in that channel for 2 weeks now. We did dip further below, if I bring it to the daily, you could probably see it a little bit better. We did dip below. Now, I'm not going to contend that this is a reversal. Um, I would not say that we're there yet. But at the same time, it's hard to tell because essentially where basic attention token shot up was when Bitcoin made its all-time high in 2017. And that's when the altcoins really started to happen. So the price data that we're missing is from the initial run-ups of Bitcoin to the peak of 2017. That kind of price history for basic attention token we simply just do not have. So it's essentially a toss-up on what will happen. But I would contend that basic attention token will be trading within these channels here. And then when Bitcoin makes the eventual run up to $20,000 to its all-time high, we are going to see another dip below and then hopefully shoot up. So that's kind of what I'm aiming around, and I did mention that this is potentially a good buying opportunity for basic attention token. Um, Considering that we are in these low channels and with when looking at basic attention tokens price history, it becomes very clear where sell targets would be. It would be within the upper regions of this channel. Now you can aim for here, which is like one way. Like I'm not going to tell you how to sell your coins, but probably a more uh, uh, um, conservative way of doing it would be just to create sell targets on the way up, right? Because you can eventually we can only assume that basic attention token will reach back here, considering its previous price history, but it's never a guarantee. So that's why you should always take profits when you can, and and even if it say went up to here around like 4,000 sats, 4,500 sats, you've sold a portion of your position already. And if you're that bullish on basic attention token, if you did sell, for example, like 2/5 of your position, um, and it comes back down, well, you can use those profits to rebuy back into basic attention token, and then you'll have more basic attention token in the end. So if that's if you're regardless if your goal is to accumulate more basic attention token or get the best bang for your buck in terms of ROI, that strategy of selling portions of your position as it grows higher is probably your best bet. But yes, uh, uh, when looking at just this price history, it does indicate that when we're at the lower portion of this channel, basic attention will pump up. And this could very well be a possibility. We can never be certain. I, for one, am not going to call it, but I will show a potential, scenario that we do. Say Bitcoin at this level, we're at a very bullish level, starts moving sideways. When it did move sideways, Ethereum went up um, let's see here. May, yeah, that was the sideways action up to the peak. It went up 74%. It was a massive move for Ethereum, and that was in this area here when Bitcoin was moving sideways. Basic attention token, like its move here, like very much its move here, where it moved up to the wick at around 73% as well, greatly benefited from a sideways moving Bitcoin. You can make a shorter term play if you'd like in this situation, but the shorter the time frame, the more riskier it is, because now you're banking on two things. You're banking on that you're anticipating Bitcoin to move sideways. Well, what if the momentum continues? Or what if Bitcoin makes a stark decline to the 20-week moving average? That's a 40% correction. Sorry, not a 40% correction. We're 40% above the weekly moving average, but it's going to be a stark decline nonetheless. like if it went back to the moving average, we're looking at a 28% reduction in Bitcoin's valuation, which is going to gravely affect basic attention token, like gravely. If it's gonna drop Ethereum 10-15%, probably even more if Bitcoin's dropping 27%, basic attention token is going to be bleeding far worse, simply because of its market cap, and simply because, frankly, people would be rather holding Bitcoin than basic attention token in a downtrend. But that's one thing to consider. If you think Bitcoin is going to move sideways now, if you're very confident about that, and B, that this is the moment when basic attention token is in this channel, it's going to shoot up. I only draw this channel because it happened once. It doesn't mean it's going to happen again. We don't have enough price history to determine if this is an occurring factor. But I draw it nonetheless because it's something to look out for. And I think the reason why basic attention token shot up here is more than just because it was in this trading channel. It was because Bitcoin made its all-time high. That money, because it was at its all-time high, was now being put into altcoins, and every single altcoin was benefiting, not just basic attention token. And that is what forced the price up for basic attention token. At this moment, we're still far from our all-time high of $20,000, let alone a new all-time high. If you're arguing $100,000 Bitcoin, $200,000 Bitcoin, we're still ways away. We're very, very far away from that. And so that is a factor to consider. However, I would argue that it might be wise to start considering building a position. Building is a key word, or averaging down. I am not saying if you have $10,000, put the $10,000 on black or on basic attention token. I'm saying that you will take a fraction of that basic attention token, fraction of that $10,000 that you will then buy into basic attention token, and if it moves further down, you'll accumulate more and more, and that way your risk of buying basic attention token diminishes for that sense. So, moving on with Celsius. Celsius, even less price history than basic attention token. There's really no price history to go off of other than it's in this exponential rise above. This is the weekly chart, and it looks kind of funny when you look at it on the weekly chart because it just looks like it's going up. There's no movement to it. And I think when I talk about the sell strategies of basic attention token, I think Celsius for me is a good example of putting my money where my mouth is in regards to that, because I have been selling my Celsius tokens. I bought Celsius around where is it? Yeah, around like 2,000, 1,500 sats, like around here. I was building a position here and here. Build up my positions there, and I bought another position here. However, ever since then, I've been selling. I sold at, I went off like the dollar chart, but then I sold it back to Bitcoin because I thought it would be better than selling it back to like US dollars. But I did sell at about 45 cents, and then I sold at $1.30, I believe, and then I sold at $1.81. And all of them went back to Bitcoin or Ethereum, depending on what the valuations were and where I thought I can ride that momentum. So at this moment, I've sold 3 times. I've sold about maybe a little, like less than half of my position in from Celsius and back into Bitcoin and Ethereum. But I recognize that even though Celsius may be a great project, at least to me, it's a project that I was willing to bet on, I am not afraid and I will not hesitate to sell my positions for a good price, and a good price for me. And that is important for you to understand, to then determine what is a good price for you. Currently, right now, Celsius token is now rebounding, which is quite astonishing. Um, I did draw out, um, a while ago, like a falling wedge pattern here, something this similar to something similar to what happened here, where we had a falling wedge and then it reversed. And I expected Celsius to bleed even further. I was expecting like a 60% bleed, but it looks pretty much that we're reversing. We even yesterday wicked all the way down to that line and then rebounded right back up. So right now it's I'm continuing to ride this wave. I don't know what else much to say about Celsius. Um, the higher it goes, the riskier it is going to get, and which is why I will be selling more and more portions of my Celsius tokens the higher it goes. I think, like there's a lot of people that are saying they're holding until like $10, and I think people fail to realize what the market capitalization of Celsius would be, um, if every coin was $10, because that would just be insane, and I don't think it's hard for me to even imagine. Um, but I mean, I'll prepare for it. I mean, I think by the time it reaches $10,000, I won't have much Celsius tokens to sell, but it'll definitely be exciting. Maybe I'll hold like 10 Celsius tokens at the end and just wait until if it does hit $10, I'll sell it then, just to say that I sold it at $10. But I'm not too much banking for $10 Celsius. It's really hard to say, and the faster we are in rising, I mean, this is a consider like extremely quickly. Um, the more I am open to selling it, because if something's moving too high too fast, that's just simply unsustainable, and I'd rather just take my profits while I'm up, and perhaps putting them in something that's a little bit more risk adverse than a altcoin that's like number 30 on CoinGecko, and instead throw it into a top 10 currency like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which is what I have been doing. So if you do own Celsius, um, enjoy the ride. I will constantly say make sure to take your profits, because you never know when this is going to end, and it can happen anytime. Currently, right now, it doesn't seem to be the case, um, and I'm just going to be riding this for as long as I can. But that's basically it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button down below. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Take care.